Target has just lost $10 billion in market cap. We've touched on the, Queen of Beers thing with, Budweiser or Bud Light losing $6 billion of market cap. You've got Bed Bath and Beyond, who's now in bankruptcy, Chapter 7, right? They're going out of business. You have all of these now, and not all of them. There's several woke corporations that seem to be doing okay, but more and more people are voting with their money in this whole culture war. And you go back even to Hollywood, which we were just talking about on break, right? The things in Hollywood and which movies really are bombing because they have this woke spin on everything. It doesn't mean everything that's woke is going broke, but doesn't it appear to you like people are finally starting to vote with their pocketbook on where they spend their money?
Yeah, and I am for it, Robert. I am really for it, and I want to take a moment. I want to take a moment to give a shout out to the fellas out there, because I really feel like the men are leading the charge in this. For a long time, ladies, much to our own detriment, we have gone along with this idea that everybody's got to be included and inclusivity, and we got to tolerate everybody. And the whole thing is, if you tolerate everything, or if you say that everyone deserves tolerance and acceptance, then you have to tolerate things that are unacceptable. And so us as ladies, we've just kind of been going along with things and giving away our rights and giving away our safe spaces and letting people run roughshod over us. And it wasn't until the woke mob tried to go after something that is for the guys. It's the guy thing, right? So more guys.
Wait, what did they go after? What guy
Bud Light. Bud Light. That is Budweiser is a men's brand. I mean, realistically, when you look at the
women don't drink Budweiser?
Well, they do.
I'm not a beer guy, so let's put that out there. I'm a martini guy, as you might expect, right? I'm a Grand Marnier guy, but I don't. Budweiser is a guy's brand, really?
You can tell by the marketing, right? And that was one of the things that woman had correct. That everybody, the VP of marketing, everybody wants to be mad, but it is known as a men's brand. It's marketed with hot women and sports and Clydesdales and really masculine stuff. And that's okay. I'm not offended by any of that, right? But the guys are not going to let woke brands take their stuff, demean them, diminish them, and call them names. Okay, so guys are not going to stand. They're done standing for it. And they stood up and said, we're not taking your crap anymore. Middle America stood up and said, we're done with you. And I really believe that created the groundwork for everybody to start standing up against these woke brands. And I'm for it. I'm totally for it.
So let me give you an alternative opinion on this, right? I hear you. Not sure I agree with it. First of all, I am the epitome of a toxic male, according to Jane Fonda. And if Jane Fonda had her way, all white men would be in jail, and therefore Anheuser-Busch would go out of business because there'd be no men drinking the beer because they'd all be in jail for climate change or racism or something.
That's right. That's nonsense. Where you belong.
But yes, toxic masculinity 101. I have a different take on this. So my take on this is it was a bridge too far, right? So first of all, there's a study out there that says that, because let's look at woke corporations versus non-woke corporations, and there are some out there. I mean, obviously there's a much larger line of woke corporations, but they're all a question of degree. Like when Georgia came out, I think it was last year with the the voter ID and the Vote Reform Act, where oh my God, it's racist and it's voter suppression. Turns out that the turnout in Georgia in the last election broke all records with the new law.
Higher than ever.
So higher than ever. So put that in your pipe and smoke it, right? So, but a lot of the companies that came out against that, it's one thing. I think when they got into the sort of sexual, transgender, LGBTQ, ABC, XYZ nonsense, right? And those sort of gender issues, and you go after that, that's where I think people drew the line. Because again, looking at the numbers, there's a study out there, and I can quote you chapter and verse if you want to have it. But there's a study out there that did a 10-year study of 200 non-woke companies and showed that their historical return on investment was 364%, and the woke companies are 230%.
Wow.
That clearly shows you that corporations, the woke ones, are getting away from what they're supposed to be doing, which is make money for their stockholders. And I don't know about you. You talked about Hollywood a little while back and what's going on. It's like, and I'm an old guy, so I watch old movies, right? Mostly dead people. But Turner Classic, movies I love because it has all the old movies. But what I hate is stop proselytizing and preaching to me. Don't tell me that Gone with the Wind has these objectionable scenes, or don't tell me that this is racist or that. Just shut up. I want to watch the movie. I'll draw my own conclusions. I don't need you to tell me what to do. And it's the same concepts here that, the companies that are neutral. You don't have to be pro-conservative, by the way. I don't care. Just stay out of it, right? I don't watch sports.
Stay out of it.
Stay out of it. I don't watch sports to be proselytized or persuaded or to be preached to. And look, for years, I said to, when this whole Black Lives Matter, nonsense crap came out and everyone was kneeling or not standing for the flag, my attitude was simple. They have every right to do that. I think they should do it outside the sports arena because I don't tune into sports to see that. I tune into sports to watch a game, right? But they have every right to do that. But I also then have every right not to watch because of it, which is I haven't watched sports in years because of it. It's a shame. I'm a baseball guy. I'm a Yankees fan. Obviously, don't hold that against me. But I think when you go back and you look at it, just be neutral. Businesses are supposed to turn a profit. That's it. Don't preach, don't proselytize. And historically, the numbers now back it up that the woke companies do worse for their investors, and some of them really bad. Target, right? And those guys are the ones that forget about the ones that said the Georgia voter ID law was racist. That was a huge amount of companies. But I think when you start going after sort of the transgender sexual orientation, there are more than two sexes, and you've crossed a bridge with certainly flyover country. And by the way, that's where all the money is spent.
I was just going to say, Robert, what is it? Something like 80% of all retail choices are made by women. I think it's actually higher than 80%, but I don't want somebody to fact check and say that I'm a liar. But it is upwards. It's at least 85%. The majority of retail decisions are made by women, whether it is going to the movies, right? So what we're seeing going on in Hollywood, whether it's shopping at stores like a Target, like
I hear you're going to see. Wait. I hear you're going to see Little Mermaid.
Yeah, everybody tune in later this week. Next week, we're going to be doing a review on Generally Irritable. So we're going to be doing a movie review on The Little Mermaid. Go to generallyirritable.com or on the socials and check out that movie review. And
by the way, just so you know, I haven't seen it. I'm not going to see it. I did see the original because my kids were young, the cartoon version, but this is the woke version. And it's going to be, by the way, it's going to be right up there with Charlie's Angels and Ghostbusters and all the woke remakes that frankly, just, I can't say that word. They basically were huge failures. And of course, they were failures because the audience were either homophobic or racist, or couldn't be that the quality of the production stinks. And therefore, we're not going to watch it. We know good entertainment when we see it. So I want your opinion on that when you see it. But don't believe the hype, which is this is a hugely successful woke movie, because it's not.
No.
The numbers, the numbers are in the tank, meaning that they're skewing the numbers, and they're not giving you the full comparison of sort of what it did. It's going to make money. It's not going to make a lot of money.